comforting to go into a movie that you've never seen before and you know nothing about, and it is a movie that is unavailable to stream or rent literally anywhere online, and you find out that the lead actor has been profusely apologizing for his performance in this film since it came out. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel and my ongoing quest to review every single movie Robin Williams has ever done. Today I'm talking about 9 Months, the 1995 rom-com, pregnancy-com, not really sure what genre this is, directed by Christopher Columbus, director of Mrs. Doubtfire. Chris Columbus, I guess I shouldn't say Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus! Robin Williams has a supporting part in this movie as Dr. Kosevich, a Russian obstetrician who gets words confused, and that's his only joke. Also starring Hugh Grant in his first American role, Julianne Moore, Joan Cusack, Jeff Goldblum, Tom Arnold, and a baby Alexa Vega as a daughter of somebody. So Hugh Grant and Julianne Moore play this couple, and they've been together for 5 years, and she sees a baby on the beach and all of a sudden is like, don't you want a kid? And he's like, no, I have a great job and so do you, and we have a great apartment. Why would we want that? Which, like, tea, right? This movie thinks that being a single mom is like progressive and forward, so we still have some issues there. She gets pregnant and he is panicking, and it kind of deals with their journey on how he copes with the pregnancy as a man. It's fine. I really don't have anything like super negative to say about it. Like, there's a couple of times that I genuinely laughed. It's a decent comedy. It's one of those, like, you get what you get. It's predictable through and through. You know everything that's gonna happen from frame one. And if you know that you enjoy that kind of thing, then I'm sure that this is something that you would enjoy. Like, it's a decent enough time. Like I said in my cold open, Hugh Grant absolutely hates his performance in this movie. To date, at the time, this was the highest he had ever been paid for a film. It was his first leading role, so I don't know why, but he thought that being paid more meant he had to act more. So he is very hammy and overacting in this movie. Like, he twists his face a lot. I honestly didn't think there was anything that wrong with his performance, but I guess he absolutely loathes it and has been profusely apologizing to all the other actors in this movie for how bad he is in it. Robin was shooting this and Jumanji at the same time, which I'm sure was an interesting endeavor for him. Robin Williams' daughter, Zelda, has a brief cameo in this as one of the little girls in Julianne Moore's ballet class. He initially wanted to play, there is a brief scene where Hugh Grant and Tom Arnold beat up a guy in a dinosaur costume in a toy store, and I guess Robin originally wanted to play that part, which is kind of funny because he does end up being in a movie with a dinosaur later with Death to Smoochie. Also, this is the second film in the unofficial Robin Williams, Chris Columbus, San Francisco trilogy. Mrs. Doubtfire is the first, this is the second, and I guess Bicentennial Man takes place there as well. Like I said, this movie's fine. Joan Cusack and Tom Arnold are funny as these like crazy big family people. Jeff Goldblum is the best part about this movie though, hands down. Oh my god, I mean, of course he is. I'm not really sure what his relationship was to Hugh Grant's character. They're either like friends or brothers, something. But Jeff Goldblum was like a suave artist who just lost like the love of his life because she wanted kids and he didn't. And he's like, ooh, it's fine. Oh my god, like, do you even... He doesn't talk like that. He reacts to big news by just going like, what? Which is... He's awesome. I mean, it's Jeff Goldblum. I don't know what else he's so good. Hugh Grant's performance is... It's fine. I didn't feel anything for this character at all because he's literally just being a stupid asshole. It's just very typical man afraid of lady stuff, or like, man wants sex and his mad woman no have sex, that kind of thing. He has a lot of nightmares about Julianne Moore turning into a praying mantis and eating him. There's a scene with somebody in a praying mantis costume that I was like, how much of the budget went into this fucking part? Robin's character is funny. It's mostly just one big joke that they keep playing over and over, is that he doesn't know words, or he gets words mixed up. Like, he mixes up epidural and pedicure, or like he mixes up Julianne Moore's birth chart with baboons, so he gets like the due date wrong. Some of them are funny, some of them are not. It's basically just the same joke about this character that they just keep hammering in, and they hope that one of them is gonna hit. Robin makes some of the jokes work because it's Robin, and Joan Cusack is funny, and there's a scene at the end where they're on the way to the hospital when she's about to give birth. There's a waitress at the restaurant that they're at that cuts her finger on a wine glass so that she's in the car with going to the hospital with them, and then they almost like hit somebody who starts having a heart attack, and then they do hit somebody, so their car is just like this van jam-packed full of people heading to the hospital, and that was actually really funny. The scene where they beat up the dinosaur, I know it's supposed to be funny, it's random as hell, and it's not funny, and it like doesn't really tie into anything. The climax where they're actually giving birth is too much. It's like too much noise and too loud and messy, and it goes on for way too long to be really funny. It's one of the comedy tropes where every character in the movie is in the exact same place at the exact same time. It's one of those kinds of things. The only real tried and true issue I have with this movie is that the timeline for what happens when is non-existent. She thinks she's pregnant because she's missed her period by 10 days, and then all of a sudden she can feel her baby kick. Obviously she's pregnant for 9 months, but I don't know like what takes place when. I don't know when they start having the relationship problems. I don't know how long it goes. They end up splitting up for a little bit. We don't know how long that lasts. The stakes are there, but they're not as effective, I guess, because I don't know when these things are happening, or like I don't even know half the relationships that these people have. This movie feels very like, get the jokes out, get to the points in the story that we need to get to, fuck everything else, which is like fine for this genre of comedy. A lot of this stuff I just wrote like, this is funny sort of, or like this is fine. The girl that they end up taking to the hospital that cuts her finger at the restaurant is someone that Hugh Grant's character meets while he's single, and he's like about to have sex with her, and then he's like, no, I can't, and then he gets married to this lady, and she shows back up, and Julianne Moore's like mad about it for 2 seconds, and then all of a sudden she's not, and that didn't need to be there. It just padded out the movie by like 10 more minutes. And that was honestly the point where I started checking my watch. I mean, this movie's like an hour 40 at the most, but I was just like, ooh, like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I really, it's Cinco de Mayo when I'm filming this, and I just really want to go and get a margarita. I don't know what else to say about it. It's fine. Everyone is fine in it. It's good for what it is. It does what it sets out to do. It is a comedy in this rom-com, pregnancy-com genre. I'm hesitant to call it a rom-com because there's not much wrong. Like, it's all about the pregnancy, and I don't know if there's like pregnancy comedies outside of this and What to Expect When You're Expecting. I guess that is a genre now. This movie did okay financially, obviously because the cast is stacked. Like, it debuted at number 3. Hugh Grant also got arrested like 2 days before this came out with his like sex worker in public thing, and that obviously made the box office return a little bit higher. Reviews were generally negative and said that Chris Columbus was at his worst, just relying heavily on the comedy of his leading man, which I guess just means he's relying on Hugh Grant having a rubber face and walking into a child's ballet school being like, oh no, I cannot have a baby. Like, there's a scene where Hugh Grant is just walking through the street and then walking into the school doing his like rubber face, being like, no, and just like talking to himself. No one acknowledges it. I don't know. Truly the most I can say about it is that everyone is decent in this, and it's fine for what it is. Like, I'm not angry that I had to watch it, but I probably will never watch it again. If you want to watch it, it's not available literally anywhere online. I'm not sure why. I guess you can buy the DVD if you want, or just like download it from somewhere. Next week, I will be looking at Robin Williams' first entry into queer culture. Maybe his only? I don't know. If you didn't already know, he has a brief cameo in To Wong Foo Thanks for Everything, which is a movie that I have not actually seen before, which is weird. I will be looking at that, and then the week after I will be doing Jumanji with a special guest, and I'm scared. Because I've never been able to watch Jumanji. It's scared me since I was a kid, and I'm pants-pissingly terrified. But before that, we have To Wong Foo next week, which I'm actually kind of excited about. I guess today's PSA is don't have a baby with Hugh Grant. I hope no one has. Hugh Grant has 5 kids? Who had a kid with Hugh Grant after seeing this? Like, I would see this and be like, uh-oh. I gotta go pick up some Chewies. I'll see you guys next week.